What's up, everybody? I want to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting Anchor on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download Anchor, the app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. And I'm a veteran, so let's hear some more military cadences. What's up, family? It is finally Friday, and it feels good. It feels good because I'm going on vacation next week. I might do a podcast on my vacation, maybe. Bay and vacation. Yeah, I might. Feel relaxed enough to talk to you guys. Wouldn't it be nice to hear my voice and I'm not half tired at all times? So what is going on today? There was some crazy stuff I read today, which I read a lot of crazy stuff all the time. But yeah, I read some really crazy stuff today. One story that I read, which was kind of wild, was, hold on, because there's always some stuff. So this is what it was. It was a former Louisiana deputy, Dennis Perkins, gets a 100-year prison sentence for child sex crimes, including ejaculating on cupcakes that his wife fed to his junior high school students. See, this is why I don't really eat nobody's food. Teacher, church member, whoever. No, that's really, really gross. A Vermont state trooper was suspended after he allegedly stole a Rolex watch and other valuables from evidence. Not shocking. Cops be stealing, y'all. So the biggest thing that happened out of a Narcos real story, an all-out war has started between the Sinaloa cartel and the Mexican government since the recent arrest of Evito Guzman, who was the son of the notorious drug lord El Chapo. They were speeding through, trying to catch him. It was just a whole war, but they did get their man. Listen, if you were the son of El Chapo, what else could you be in life? You couldn't be a dentist, you couldn't be a doctor, you couldn't be a lawyer, because everybody would always be thinking, is he a part of the cartel? His only lot in life was to become a drug lord like his dad. Narcos is really messed up, because they really got me rooting for El Chapo, and that's bad. I know that's bad, and I tell myself that all the time, but El Chapo was just such a little spitfire. His son couldn't even be the half the man he was. Shoot, he got caught. What's up with that? Damar Hamlin, the Buffalo Bills guy that had the cardiac arrest, he is doing much better. He asked who won the game, so that is good news. What else is going on? There's always so much crazy news. But that ejaculating in the cupcakes thing was just really disgusting, and I just really had to tell that story to you so you can just be disgusted right along with me, right? So the man that is accused of killing the rapper Takeoff was released from jail after posting $1 million bond. which is kind of strange because this dude was just kind of a nobody DJ. Where did he get this $1 million from to post bond? It makes you wonder if somebody bigger paid that on his behalf because he kind of took the fall for what he did. It's just kind of strange. Andrew Tate's ex-girlfriend says that he is innocent and she is fed up with all the lies. Okay, so she's coming to bat for her ex-boo. Let's see what she is saying.
Simply for the reasons that is absolutely false. I have lived with Andrew for years and years, and he would never do anything like this. Ever. I've already had to make 2 videos regarding his innocence when it came to him being called a woman beater for a video that got leaked of us two having a little bit of a rough role play. I had to make a video clarifying, 2 videos in fact, clarifying that he is innocent.
Okay. She sounds like one of them R. Kelly women that say he's innocent too. Speaking of R. Kelly, I happen to see part of that documentary, the final part that Lifetime is forcing down our throats. Not that I could have changed it, but I was like halfway watching it, and you guys, we've already established that I have a terrible sense of humor. Like, this is already established, right? But this girl, her parents, and I still blame the parents a lot because they pretty much gave their kids to R. Kelly. They brung them to the man. But this girl went with R. Kelly when she was 19, so of course at least she was of age. But she was saying how R. Kelly, when she was first with him sexually, that she didn't arch her back right, and so he made her stay in that position for hours while he filmed her. And he would take breaks, go to the bathroom, and he'd come back and make sure she was still in the arch back position. And she was very tearful and sad. Now, I'm going to tell you that's sad, but for me, I was just cracking up because arching your back during doggy style is very key to love making. Everyone knows that. So if you're not arching your back, that is key. That is important. But it's a terrible joke, guys. But I just couldn't. The fact that R. Kelly would just listen. I'm laughing now. See, I need to stop. Forgive me because I do not condone no kind of abuse. But the fact that R. Kelly had this woman arching her back for hours at a time and filming her is just wild to me. And I'm gonna leave it at that because I'm not gonna laugh about that because that's not. I shouldn't be laughing about that. That's not funny, right? It's not. I just thought it was very interesting that is something that R. Kelly came up with. Like, R. Kelly is wild. So they have still not picked a House Speaker for the Republicans. They're on the Kevin McCarthy is on his 11th loss, and they are still not picking anyone. It's kind of wild. They're still fighting all with each other. Matt Gaetz today voted for Donald Trump as Speaker of the House. Let's take a listen to that. Donald Trump has like 7 votes so far.
John Trump. Gates. Donald John Trump.
Like, at this point, they're just playing right now. At this point, they're just playing. I can't. I mean, they're saying that this is like holding up security clearances. I just don't even know. Like, the circus is real, and this is the representation of our country right now, and it's just kind of wild that this is still going. I'm not going to say I can't believe it, because I absolutely can believe it, and they're still fighting. They're fighting on CNN, or not CNN, well, it's Fox News. Lauren Boebert, who's becoming the new Marjorie Taylor Greene, she went off on Sean Hannity today. So let's see what they're saying.
That motion. Kevin McCarthy didn't want to give it to you, but he did give it to you in the end. To me, that's kind of an insurance policy. Can I finish?
But he didn't all the way. He did not. Sure.
He gave you what you asked for. And one of the things that I've been asking people, I'm asking you tonight, who is your final choice for speaker? And if you can't get more than, let's say, 30 votes, will you follow your own advice that you were asking Donald Trump and withdraw?
There are certainly names that are being floated around. And, hey, maybe I should nominate President Donald J. Trump tomorrow. But, Sean, I did watch your show last night. And I want to set the record straight on this motion.
We're going to pick Jim Jordan one day, Donald's the other day, Trump the next day?
This motion to vacate, because he did not give us this motion to vacate. I'm showing there's a whole consensus of other candidates that can be nominated.
I'm trying to understand how you're thinking
here. This motion
to
vacate, Sean, you need to understand that Kevin McCarthy did not give us my hard red line.
He fought for it.
And this is a century-old, no, he did not.
No, I know that he made the promise.
That was written by Thomas Jefferson. And
I know he made the promise
since
because
1837 with 5 members, Sean, with 5 members, not
that's
one
right,
member
5.
To offer the motion to vacate.
So my question is this:
Nancy Pelosi's
you haven't answered my question. So if you have.
You cannot demand more responsibility.
Yesterday you supported
and then
Jordan.
Want less
Today you're supporting
Sean.
Donald.
That's not the way this works. We need a check and a balance on the third in line.
Who is your Let's have a final answer. Who do you want to be Speaker of the House?
Maybe that's for the conference to decide. We need to come together.
Who do you want? I'm asking who you want.
What does it look like, life after Kevin? We need to find somebody who can actually unify the Republican Party. I have offered plenty of names. Let some other folks start offering other alternatives.
There are 203 people, and you have 20. I respect the 20 of you. I respect all of you. But I'm asking you, based on your own words,
as well.
Who is your final? Let's have a final answer. Who do you want? Who will you only support to be Speaker? It's not that hard.
I am willing to have conversations with the Republican conference to come up with a consensus candidate. We are offering people right now. It doesn't have to be a member of the Freedom Caucus. It doesn't even have to be a solid conservative. But we have to have those tools in place. More than half the Freedom Caucus supports
McCarthy. So you don't even have a name.
Because
and we're now going into day 3.
Are afraid when you are threatened by committee chairmen to not be placed by steering members.
Right, let me ask a final question. If your final candidate
on a committee, and then Kevin McCarthy affirms that, that's a scary place to be. We are here to legislate. We are here to get the country back on track. And when you have people making threats like that, it's difficult to make that decision. But we are going to get there. I am fine doing this. We're in day 2. It's okay. The government isn't spending money, sending it to Ukraine, so the American taxpayers are certainly winning.
Politically, Congresswoman, you agree, and I agree on most things. We don't disagree on many things.
Yes, we do, Sean.
And I do have respect for you.
And I believe that history will show that I'm on the right side of this, Sean.
Well, you can believe you're in your position, but I'm using your words. You said to President Trump, you said, we're very clear. He doesn't have 218, so you need to ask him to withdraw. If by Friday, you and your group of 20 don't have a name with 30 votes, is it time for you to withdraw? And if not, why do you support a double standard? Last question.
Kevin McCarthy does not have 218 votes. Kevin McCarthy will not be Speaker.
And you have 20.
Kevin
I asked you a very specific question. If by Friday
when we
you don't
get this
have
right,
30,
I will not, Sean. I will not withdraw. Our asks were not petty of Kevin McCarthy. They were not self-serving. We simply were asking for commitments on what the American people want to see. They want to see a vote on term limits, a vote on the Texas border plan to secure the southern border. And for crying out loud, Sean, we asked for a vote on a budget that actually balances. Imagine a Congress that stops spending money that we don't have. We are going to get this right, and we are going to get the right Speaker, Sean.
If you only have 30, to be clear, you will not withdraw.
30 is going to be a beautiful number to reach.
But you're telling Kevin McCarthy and the 203 people that support him to withdraw because they don't have 218. That's what you're saying.
Look, it's obvious by tonight's motion to adjourn that Kevin McCarthy and his supporters are already getting voter fatigue. And
I asked you a simple question, Congresswoman. I feel like I'm getting a liberal.
I'm not going to support Kevin McCarthy, Sean.
Okay, so even if you only have 30 votes,
Kevin McCarthy,
you will not abide by what you told President Trump to abide by.
Which I don't believe I will be.
I feel like we've made progress.
Look, I love President Trump. You're not going to turn me on him. You're not going to pit him against me.
Not trying to pit him against you. That's what you said to him.
And I am standing. I have seen the broken trust. I have seen the lack of accountability. Well, we are getting phone calls saying that we need to stop this. Kevin does not have the votes for Speaker.
I got it.
Period. We need to find a consensus candidate, get this right, and get our country back on track. Thanks so much, Sean.
Appreciate it. All right. Now, here with more.
So, as you can see, it's still a crap show. I wouldn't say that they're being embarrassing because they've been embarrassing. It's not really nothing new. Yeah. So, Louisiana residents must now show ID to view porn online. Interesting. Residents in Louisiana will now need a government ID to order to enjoy their favorite Pornhub categories. The requirement is in accordance with a new law known as Act 440, hence the regulation which went into effect on January 1st. People in the state must provide proof of their age in order to view adult content on sites such as Pornhub, RedTube, and XNXX. Lawmakers are looking to prevent minors from accessing websites that exceed 33% of pornographic content. In the past, when entertaining most adult sites, the domain would ask users to verify their date of birth. Let's see what the comments are saying on this. VPN. Somebody said get a VPN. It's impossible to hide, regulate anything on the internet. There's so many workarounds, and they all know them. Now they know them kids about to use their parents' ID. They'll be in Twitter in a second. I'm gonna screen record and get the youngins right. So they just gonna use an older person's ID. I don't see a problem with it. Scary how bold and mischievous this government really is, really trying to digitize, document, and store our entire existences so everything is in their version of order. That comment, they already have our identity, so I ain't mad at this. This state damn near last in education, top 5 in murders, has the worst roads in the country, crazy taxes, ridiculous court laws, and they focus on IDs to watch porns. Fix it, Jesus. That is true. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Delta Airlines is offering free Wi-Fi if you're interested in that. Florida teenager accused of killing 2 people in 2 months. My man has got anger issues. Hopefully they finally got him. So this story was interesting. This funeral home owner who illegally sold HIV-infected body parts gets 20 years in prison. Her name is Megan Hess, and she received 20 years after pleading guilty to mail fraud and aiding and abetting related to the scheme. The 46-year-old who operated Montrose, Colorado Sunset Mesa Funeral Home with her mother, Shirley, sold hundreds of bodies or body parts to different research organizations without the family's consent. The recipients of the parts intended to use them for scientific purposes. Though they were unaware that the mother-daughter duo stole them, Hess and Contra busted in 2020. Prosecutors believe the scheme was carried out between 2010 and 2018. Hess was also started a nonprofit organization called Sunset Mesa Funeral Foundation, which did business as donor services. This entity was body broker service that also operated in the funeral home. In certain cases, the recipients of the body parts requested samples that were HIV-free and clear of any contagious disorders to keep their clients satisfied. Mess and Cop fabricated blood test results and delivered infected samples, according to the indictment. Likely the most disturbing fact of all this is that the women took money from the families for cremation services when it was time to deliver the ashes. Many times the grieving loved ones were unknowingly receiving ashes of multiple deceased people. See, this is why funerals are for the living, because y'all don't know what these people is doing, man. So, sexual assault filed against Marilyn Manson was dismissed without prejudice. He got up. He's free. Yeah. that it was just short and sweet. That's why I paused like that. They just said that he was free. So that was that. There's a new COVID trending. Shocker. Also in that R. Kelly docuseries, he reveals how he silenced Aaliyah's family members with the NDA following the marriage annulment and sold them the rights to his first 3 albums in exchange. So, like I said, these families, they were kind of in cahoots with everything that was going on. It's kind of like money really talked over morals in a lot of this stuff here, which is sad. Which is sad and also makes you, like I said, feel like the parents should be getting in some kind of trouble. Let's go ahead into my story times because I have a lot and I don't want to be too long with y'all. So this guy, I find him pretty funny. He's on TikTok. His name is Darius the Barbarian. So he's gay and he's one of the guys that exposes download men, and I just think it's kind of funny how he does it. So let's get into his thing because he's funny.
Tell you the thing that shocks me the most about these DL men. They don't even like doing the piping. They like to be spread like a bald eagle. Like a bald eagle. Okay? Like, you understand that.
So you saying download men don't even like to lay the pipe. They like to get it in the butt.
Now, I took a break from TikTok. And I came back to see that women finding out their boyfriends is a trend. So what did I do? I took it upon myself to do my own investigation, my own study. If you know me and you follow this page, you know I do not usually have a beard this big. Bitch, I went undercover. And went to these straight men to see what the fuck is going on. Is this shit real? Bitch, it is. So I did my little straight voice. What's good, bro? Why were they wrapped around my motherfucking finger like a Tootsie Pop, Tootsie Roll, whatever you want to call it, bitch, they want a Tootsie Roll. It worked.
So that one was so funny, and you have to see it more, but it's hilarious. So he's this guy that like goes around and exposes straight men for being on the DL, and he was showing how he just deepens his voice, and he's like, "What's good, bro?" and like literally hits on dudes in a straight man voice just to get to see if they down. Like, it's scary and sad at the same time because I wish people would just be out of the closet. But I guess there wouldn't be any fun in that. But the fact that people are just lying is just still wild to me, especially in 2022 when people are exposing y'all left and right. Just come out the closet already. Come out the closet. Like, you're getting exposed left and right at this point. Just come out. It's fine. It's safe here now. People will probably embrace you. All right, let's keep going.
Oh no. Okay, so court is over with. This is the first article when it very first happened. Greg been in jail since it happened, but he didn't have no reason being around no gun, so his ass was automatically booked. Now my auntie was booked on last year, November. Tim D was 21 when he died, y'all. His funeral was literally 4 days after he was pronounced dead at the scene. 4 days. Y'all know black people take 7 days plus. 4 days, though. Granted, it was right of the week of COVID, so only 10 people can attend the funeral, and it had to be graveside. But this is the obituary that my grandma got made for my little cousin. This is it, y'all. Look at that picture. This is the obituary I got remade for him last year on his birthday. For his birthday. Do you see? They handled my little cousin so rough. It literally broke my heart. From his funeral arrangements to the trial today where his mom was convicted of murder. Today, my grandma got up on the stand and said that Tim D was a bad child, And she tried to go in on me, but the judge stopped her. And she said that her child was the best. A good woman. And just a whole other bullshit.
If I had known the evidence that I knew after hearing it at the trial, I would have never taken a 21-year sentence. 21 years is not enough time for what I heard. To tell your son, a child that you carried in your belly, die ho. That's what you said to him. After he was shot, you stood over him, because I heard it in the trial, and you said, die ho. I will never forget that. I will never forget the way I felt when the DA's office played that, to hear a mother who carried a child to stand over him and say, die ho. And to hear Tiberius's breath, taking his last few breaths on the 911 tape, because I don't believe y'all knew that the phone was still on. To hear him gasping for air, and to know you were there, and instead of helping him, what y'all did was you took the gun and you beat him with the butt of the gun, you or the co-defendant, so much so that there was an impression in your son's head and your own son's head from it matched the impression of the butt of the gun. And 14 years of being on the bench, I don't know if I could ever forget that. I could never forget that. So it is the judgment of the court that you be sentenced to the Alabama Department of Corrections for a period of 90 years. You are to receive all credit for time served on this case, unless you were serving time or...
So this girl, she was just literally giving her account because she testified against her auntie for killing her own child. And as you can see, the judge was talking about what they did, and that has to be a tough situation. Wow, that mom, I don't know what could drive you to such anger. It's wild. But yeah, that was brave of her to do so. So Jennifer Lewis on how why she stays healthy and some advice for her people.
Yes, look at me. I take care of myself. You think this is easy? I'm in Pilates. I'm in, yoga. I eat as well as I can. Stop eating all that fried chicken. It's so sick of seeing my fellow sisters walking down the street and they can't even get around. What, are you gonna die, leave your children here for somebody to molest? Keep your ass healthy. Stop it. Come out of them dark rooms with all that depression. Stop yourself. You go get some help. But you can start by journaling. What do I want? Who am I? And if you don't know, make some shit up.
When you first started going to therapy?
Wow, I was 33 years old.
Okay.
I spent half my life depressed and manic as hell.
Did you know it was depression?
Absolutely not. It was normal.
That's right.
I cried every night of my life. Well, there were some nights I had sex and that was all right. I didn't cry that night. I was like, Merry Christmas. Hey,
you ever cried over some bad sex? Like, ugh.
Bad sex?
Like,
I wish the fuck he would. Not as I was... No, I was in my 20s then. Get it up against that. I wish a bitch would bring a limp dick in my house when we were that young. What? Nigga, please. Oh my God, I shouldn't do this. They play the hell out of my reviews. I want to be nice. Live on purpose.
Oh, man.
Rehearse it. Life is not a rehearsal, but practice living well. You can do it. You can. I did. I was poor. I had mental illness, had sex addiction, molested, all of it. But I wanted to live.
That was a bitter pill to swallow, but she's saying a lot of truthisms, and she's saying, she went to extremes a lot, but she's not lying. We have to take better care of ourselves. it is easier said than done, but I definitely subscribe to what she's saying. Like, if not for you, do it for your children. If not for your children, like, just come out of it. And, kudos to her. She is a trip. I mean, she literally said she would have sex, and if you come to her with a limp penis, she was going to stab you. Now, if that's not manic, I don't know what is. But she got help. She's fit. And she's giving advice and writing books. So I subscribe to Jennifer Lewis. Keep going, ma'am. And she can still do the splits, y'all.
Be a prostitute, basically. No. Be a slut, then give away your free stuff, then you leave with nothing but a wet booty and a dry purse. Which one is smarter at the end of the day? Okay? Y'all can go home and y'all can go and give it out to free to Dusty and have some babies that he can't pay for it. Have a good time. We'll be over here with the bag, the house, the deeds, the cars. Y'all be over there and be happy giving it out free. Yes, gold digger, baby. Who else would we be? What would we dig it for? Boogers? Y'all can have the hood boogers. We'll be over here with the gold.
And that's that on that. She said that she's a gold digger and she's proud of it. What say you? I don't like gold digging. But hey, they're always, just like the lady that let the man paid the lady to poop on her. There will always be somebody that will pay you to do whatever. So if somebody gonna pay you to take their money, I'm not gonna knock you for it.
Jen Shah is set to be sentenced on Friday, and the government has just asked the judge if they can submit new evidence from an individual that claims they had to get a restraining order against Jen Shah. So by now, you probably have seen all the different reports and stories, the letters that the people in Jen Shah's life that submitted, she was a great person. She went through a lot of different things. Please don't send her to jail for 10 to 15 years. And the prosecutors were like, yeah, that's all well and good. We want her to get, I think, at least 10 years. Despite Jen Shah admitting guilt here, the prosecutors, the Southern District of New York, is not done with her because they received a letter, unsolicited letter from a person they are calling Individual 1, claiming that they had to get a restraining order against Jen Shah. So in these court documents, the government is saying that they didn't reach out to this person. This person reached out to them. Individual 1 reached out to them and basically said all these things and confirming what the government has been saying about Jen's true character. The government ended their statement by saying Individual 1's description of the manner in which the defendant treated her is consistent with the government's understanding of how the defendant frequently interacted with others, including other participants in the business opportunity scheme. This does not look good for Jen Shah. We'll see Friday.
So Jen Shah is on that Salt Lake City Housewives show. And yeah, the judge is still, they're supposed to sentence her today. So we will see what happens with her. For those of you that don't know, she's been indicted for like stealing people's identity. That phishing scheme where they steal your information and, sell it to people. That's what she's been charged of. So we'll see. Looks like they're not letting up on her, though. Looks like it is going down. The judge is not playing with Miss Shaw at all. Let's go to the next one here.
Everybody's daddy had an outside baby. You never found out about it to the funeral, huh? Kids be all curious. Who is that over there looking like daddy? Shut up and get in the goddamn car. Then the kids started arguing in the parking lot. We his real kid. He didn't even know your mama.
So I joke about this all the time because this is something that is so interesting to me. I literally, especially in my era and older, I literally want to go. Only reason I would want to go to people's funeral is to see if they had outside kids, and that's terrible. But I'm just so curious about it because a lot of these papas was Rolling Stones. So I saw that joke and I just thought, see, I'm not the only one that has this terrible, like, it's not even a sense of humor. It's just a curiosity. Like, what was daddy doing? And I will report to you if someone, meaning my stepfather, I'm going to be looking if he doesn't outlive me. And this is dark. I'm not proud to say this, but I am looking to see if he got some other kids because I ain't putting it past him. I know. Even I. Listen, I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah. So I talked to a bishop and I said, I want my name removed. And he said, no. I'm not here to help you ruin your salvation. I am here to help you save your salvation. So I will not help you remove your name. That's not happening. And what is your problems? What are your issues? What are your grievances? So I told him and he said, well, we don't do that anymore. One of them was I told him.
We're not racist anymore.
That was part of it. And the other thing is I told him that I had a hard time with it. I thought that the church was very sexual. And without permission. Well, I told him the incident of, having to tell my personal situations with, in front of all those men. Because, well, we don't do it that way anymore. Because I was worried about my kids. What if they did something? I don't want my daughter having to do that, explain to her. So that was a concern. She was a young mom. She was 18. And if she wanted to go to church, I didn't want her having to have a talk with these men about her intimacy with her boyfriend. So he says, well, we don't do that anymore. And I was like, okay. So then I started telling him all the other, he goes, you know what, whatever. Because I was telling him, well, I don't want to be around a bunch of people that don't understand black people. I don't know any black people. They don't know any black people. And these conversations I don't like. And then I don't understand these scriptures. What about these scriptures? Do they really mean the things that they say? Is God really a racist? Does he really believe that we are horrible, wicked people that need a skin of blackness to distinguish? Why would he let us live then? Like he's got to hate us. He has got to hate us with everything he has to let a prophets go years and years and years saying these things about black people. So what about my kids? He hates them too? Because we chose this? I said, I don't believe it. I'm having a hard time with the pre-existent stuff. Well, then your faith is challenged. You're apostatizing. Am I apostatizing, or I'm asking questions that doesn't make sense? If ye lack wisdom, let him ask of God. I'm asking. Abrade not, which means not to scold. So why are you scolding me for asking questions? You said the mysteries of God will be open to you. I'm asking questions because I am not feeling good. I am confused. I am angry. I am scared to death. I am terrified for my children. And you're telling me not to ask questions. That doesn't make sense. So yeah, now I'm angry. Now I'm pissed off. Now I'm like, nope, I'm not shutting up. So you are the leaders that tell us what to do and say you have all the answers. You have general conference, you have ensigns and new airs and all this, but you have no answers for me today. I call bull. Answer me. Oh man, you're so angry. I said, I am very angry. And? Well, there's a spirit of contention. I'm contentious. Now answer my questions. What is this? You want me to be a good member? I want to be a good member, but you have to answer me. Well, sister, nope. I'm not. You need to answer me. I deserve an answer because your scriptures and God's scriptures and these other scriptures, how many scriptures you want me to show you that says I get to ask? And if you're my church leader and you want to lead the church, you want to lead your whole congregation, you want to tell us what to do in our families, you tell us we're supposed to keep the Sabbath day holy, not to watch rated R movies, not to do this and that and drink coffee and tea and stuff, and you can't answer me a question? Nope, you don't get to tell me what to do then.
So, Black Mormonism, I'm always interested that people are Black Mormons. Just listen, all religions have had some sort of, twisting, obviously like the Klan, they twist the Bible. But the fact that there's such thing that black Mormons exist, when it clearly said, it used to say in their Bible that black people were kind of evil or whatever, it's just kind of wild to me. I can't believe that people were actually and continue to go to those churches. But there you have it. Someone actually questioned them. I don't know if her questions got answered, but yeah, someone did. Let's go to the next one.
So I posted a video earlier talking about how marriage is hard, and if me and my husband didn't work out, I would never do it again. If you haven't seen the video, take a second to go back and look at it, and make sure you look at the comments section. I find it funny how everyone in my comments who is married agrees with me 100%. They've experienced it, they know the effort that goes into being married. Whereas a lot of single people are saying, well, if marriage is so terrible, why are you still there? And I'm like, so clearly you're not listening to me. At no point did I say marriage was terrible. I am very happy in my marriage. But the reason that I'm happy in my marriage is because both me and my husband are putting in the effort to make it work. Saying that something requires work does not mean that you're unhappy with it. For anything in life to be successful, you need to put in work. My husband is my best friend. Being his wife is one of the greatest joys of my life. But again, if something were to happen where we were no longer together, I would not do this again. I'm not willing to exert the amount of energy that I put into our marriage into another situation. I'm not willing to build like this again with anyone else. So I'm not saying I'm against marriage. I'm not saying I'm unhappy with my marriage. I'm saying that this is it for me. I am one and done. This is till death do us part, or whatever situations may occur.
Child, reading and listening is comprehension. And I agree with her. You know, in today's society, I say the same exact thing. Like, if something were to happen to me and my husband, I don't think I could get married again, because today's society is definitely different. Everybody's got their own agendas. A lot of people are selfish. Like, yeah, I couldn't do it. So I agree with her. Shoot, I tell my husband all the time, like, this is a game. You jump in and jump out, bro. Like, ain't no escaping this. And yeah, I'm using Ebonics because I told him straight up, like, yeah, and this is on tape. Like, yeah, something happened, bro. Like, you done, bro. And yeah, I'm saying bro. My husband hates when I call him that, but that's how I have to put it to him. Like, you know what? This is on tape. But yeah, if something happened to my husband, like me and him, like, yeah, it's to death do us part, bro. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that, homie. Let's go to our last one.
In the state of Texas, two people can just go mutual combat. We're going to go out. We're going to fist fight. I've seen this happen on 6th Street in Austin.
Yeah.
Two guys call mutual combat, and there's a cop there, and they tell the cop, hey, this is mutual combat. We've agreed to it. And he's like, stay out of traffic.
I feel like if he watched my TikToks, he would have already known this. But yes, it's true. In the state of Texas, two parties can agree to fight, and it is not a crime as long as it remains a simple assault and doesn't become an aggravated assault.
You know what? It was like God gave me a get out of jail free card, because in this city, now I know. Me and my husband want to, like, beef out our marriage. We're going to go to Texas and we're going to declare mutual combat. There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I ain't got no sense. Y'all can tell it's Friday and I'm going on vacation. Listen, the news that I gave y'all today wasn't so terrible, except for that cupcake ejaculation thing. But I feel like overall, I brought you guys some good news, hopefully. I want you guys to have an awesome weekend. I want you to pretend you're on vacation like me and live your lives. And I want you guys to be blessed. Like I said, I'm going to try to do one of these while I'm on vacation. But I wish you guys nothing but the best. Efforts for Family is signing out. You guys have a wonderful time until we meet again, my friends.